The largest mall operator predicting higher earnings for 2021 after seeing improved rent collections and signs of recovery in retail. Simon Property Group says it collected 90% of combined second, third, and fourth quarter net rents as of last week. However, let's not forget, it also wrote off more than $800 million after many tenants struggled. Courtney Reagan, is this okay? Simon has, if not the greatest collection of high-end malls, at least one of them in the United States. They've got tenants that are rich and probably doing okay. Is this a Simon thing, or do you think the death of the mall overall has been greatly exaggerated?
So I think you make a very good point when we're talking about the Simon property malls. They do have the strongest portfolio of malls, arguably, of the major mall chains. So that is one thing. Yeah, they're seeing improving rents. Are things perfect? No. Occupancy is a little over 91%. That's not bad, but it's certainly not as good as it once was. And Simon's doing a lot of interesting things. They bought 80% of Taubman. They've been buying these bankrupt retailers, often in partnership with authentic brand groups. They bought Aeropostale first. They have Forever 21. They ended up buying JCPenney because that was an anchor in many of their malls, and they didn't want those stores to be empty. Sort of remains to be seen how that's really going to work out for them. I don't know that the death of the mall is over-exaggerated, but look, I think we're going to need considerably fewer malls than we have now, but I think of all the operators, Simon is probably best positioned. I'll just say anecdotally, my brother told me that he went to a mall in Ohio. It wasn't a Simon mall, it was a Brookfield mall, but he said it was more crowded last weekend than he's ever seen a mall, even at Christmas.
Wow.
You know, it's nice they got 90%.
I'm sure a lot of people have some things to say. Well, Bob Pisani, have you been to the King of Prussia Mall lately? To the Sofa Love Sack store?
Not in a long
there?
time. No, but it's, look, people are going stir crazy, so they're going out. It's nice they got 90% of the rent collected, but they didn't talk about the bankruptcies, the rent they had to write off against the write-offs they had against the uncollected rent. So here's the issue. Can the real estate portfolio recover to the prior levels? So the bet here is we're going to get declining infection rates, we're going to get rapid vaccination, we're all going to go out and hang out in the malls all of a sudden. But that's a pretty tall order. If you look at this stock in the last 5 years, the stock hit a high in 2016. It was $230. It's been going down every year since then. It's about $100. The reason is because the business is declining. It's terrible. And they have really difficult time with rent cuts. They've had store closures right across the... I don't think people are going to go roaring back to the malls necessarily, and I think the online business is doing very well. I think this is very hopeful. I hope they do well, but look at the trend, folks.
Yeah, well, there might be that biometric vaccine check going into restaurants and malls. Not saying I heard anything, just saying before this is all said and done. All right, topic 3, the Super Bowl shuffle. You remember that? Well, how about the Super Bowl slump? CBS announcing this year's championship game attracted just over 96 million viewers. Now, let's be clear. That is a gigantic number overall, but for the Super Bowl, it was the lowest number since 2007. There was perhaps a silver lining in all this. This was, of course, the most streamed game ever, averaging 5.7 million viewers per minute. That is a 69% jump from the high set last year. So, Julia, every year more and more people are going to be streaming. Do we trust these numbers? Why is it so hard to figure out in this day and age how many people are actually watching a sports event?
Well, look, one thing's for sure, more people stream this than ever before, and that was the result of a number of factors, including cord cutting and the fact that CBS made this game available, along with the NFL, made it available on more platforms than ever before. But in terms of why overall ratings were down, because they were down, CBS pointed to the fact that there was that 22-point margin of victory, and that was actually the second largest margin of victory for a Super Bowl in the past 18 years. So they were saying it's because people wanted to tune out once they figured out who was going to win, and it wasn't actually that exciting of a game. So that was part of their excuse.
Yeah. It actually, I heard Bob Bronin, kind of everybody felt, Bob. It wasn't a good, let's be clear, it wasn't a good football game. I mean, the Tampa Bay, of course, they got a lot of issues with the coach's son. There's a lot of emotional things going on there.
Yeah, but wasn't this the second time in 3 years it didn't hit 100 million viewers, I think? I mean, this is not like all of a sudden out of the blue. The world is getting more dispersed. People are doing more things. I didn't even watch the game. I was on TikTok doing taco videos the whole time. I had a wonderful time. They have amazing recipes on TikTok. Let me tell you. Brian, you know all about that, don't you?
Is that a real story, Bob Pisani? Is that true?
Julia, you're laughing at me. Julia knows. She knows about TikTok recipes. I'm absolutely sure because she's on the cutting edge of everything.
Bob Pisani is spending.
Were you making the tacos or were you watching the video?
I'm going to send you the link,
rapid
Brian.
fire just on this topic.
This woman is amazing.
But I'm getting yelled at by the producers. Okay, fine. There we go. Picante Pisani. I don't know what your TikTok name is. We're going to get you one. We're doing all this tomorrow. That's the entire show. All right, finally. And Bob, maybe chime in on this. Salad-making robot vending machines. How about that? No, it's not a Ray Bradbury novel. It's the real Doordash, buying startup called Chowbotics. Chowbotics specializes in automated food prep, including a salad-making robot called, what else? Sally. According to the Wall Street Journal, the line of thinking is for the deal to use technology to help restaurants expand menus without, you guessed it, hiring actual humans, or allowing them to try freestanding locations like an airport kiosk or bus terminal. Terms of a deal have not even reported yet. It may not actually happen. DoorDash shares are spiking today, perhaps on the news. Courtney Reagan, bad news for humans, I guess good news for robots, unless the salad makers learn how to make the robots or service them. That's the idea. Let me ask you just this. As a marathoner, would you eat a salad that comes out of an airport vending machine that is of questionable service date?
You know, not my favorite things. Prepackaged salads aren't always the best. They don't always taste the freshest. So I guess I'd want to know a little bit more about the process and how long the salad and the carrots and the cucumbers have been sitting sort of in those silos that we just showed. I just hope that this doesn't make DoorDash even more expensive. We had an experience in Ohio. We were ordering for our family, and all of a sudden when we looked at the total, we thought, God, that's a lot of money. It was like 40% of the total was in fees for DoorDash. So we just went ahead and actually placed the order over the phone and went and picked it up. Maybe you could call us cheap. I don't know. I like to say parsimonious, but I was shocked at the fees that DoorDash caused. So if they're going to be buying more businesses, I don't want these fees to keep adding to my orders.
Novel concept. Get in your car, go to the store, pick it up. Julia, we got to go, Bob and Julia. I always go for the half-off sushi. Day-old sushi, 50% off. Nothing better. Can't wait for Bob's sushi-making videos to pop up. Julia, Bob, and Courtney Reagan. Courtney definitely won that round.
Bye.
Guys, all appreciate it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.